If you know you want to vibe with your favorite star, don't go nowhere. Hey, yo, Miss G, let's go. Let's go.
Hi. So it's 2022. Happy New Year to all of you. It's time for us to connect again with somebody who has become the talk of a lot of people. You know, when people get this liposuction and all of that done, tummy tuck and all of that, it's quite difficult for a lot of them to tell you that they have done it. Even when it's evident that their buttock is no longer flat like my own, they will tell you there's nothing. They have to exercise a lot. So I exercise, we've been doing it for quite a bit, but we don't see any improvement. But one lady actually has been taking us through all the processes from when she went to Turkey, what she was doing there, how she got the lipo or whatever it's called, and she's back in Ghana. I just want to have a conversation with her, find out what exactly this is and why she even did it. And there's a lot to talk around here already. So let's join me as I go in there to see the one and only actress Kisa Gbekle. So Kisa Gbekle is in here. Because of Kisa, I can't turn my back to the camera. I have to walk sideways like this. Come and see.
I don't understand.
I want you to turn your back to camera. Let them see what's happening here. Yay! Hey, do you say congratulations or what do I say?
You know, sometimes that sounds so weird. Like, congratulations. Okay, now on what?
Successful,
surgery,
transformation.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see.
All right, so thank you.
So we've been waiting to see it. At least visuals from, let's sit down, the visuals from all the way Turkey. All right, so Kisa has been missing for quite a while. For those of us who follow her on social media, realize that she surfaced all of a sudden. People said she was out there in the US. I think I saw some pictures of her in the US. And then finally, people said she had come back to Ghana. They said she's not in Ghana. But most importantly, she showed herself when she was in Turkey. And she had an agenda in Turkey. The agenda was to get her body done. I've known Kisa for quite a bit. She had a beautiful body. So I was wondering what happened to her, why, what changed, you know. We've had a lot of stories, but today we get to hear from, like they say, the horse's own mouth. She gets to tell us why she went to Turkey to do her body, how proud she is about it, why she kept flaunting and telling us, even advertising for the doctor. I was like, is it some free thing that happened? You know, I don't know, but that's all a summary of all that I've seen in recent times with regards to you. Where have you been before Turkey?
Oh, I was in the States. Oh, yeah.
Doing what?
I went to relax myself and then plan 2022. I've been planning this year for quite some time now.
Hey,
yeah.
The year is just 4 days old. You've been planning it since
2020, yeah, last year.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. What did you think you were going to do, or what are you going to do in this year that you haven't done before?
Oh Lord, I haven't done. I'm coming back to music. One thing.
Hey.
I started with music and then I stopped. And then came back to acting and producing and hosting of a show. But now I want to go back to music. But I'll host my shows because it's a show we want to project in the whole of Africa. Then we go to the world. Okay. You understand? So this is just the beginning of 2022. But I'm very curious because you said you started with music. I've always thought that you've always been in the acting field. I never knew that you started with music. Is it like music that you produce, sang, we heard, or the one you did in your bathroom? Which one? I actually sang. Like, I have a video even on YouTube. I'm not too proud about that video. But
Why? What did you do in the video?
The song was about twerk.
Hey.
And you know, then as I used to, when I was doing a lot of nudity and all that, so I'm like, I don't want to continue this nudity, so I stopped. And then I went to acting and producing. Later, the TV show, The Business of Entertainment with Kisa, but now I want to go back to music.
So you said you did a video. Is it that you were a vixen or you actually sang? That's what I want to know. Like you sang a song.
I sang.
Which song is that? Because I have not heard it before.
Because that was way back 2012.
Okay, that's about maybe like 10 years now.
Yeah, 10 years today. So
what did the song sound like at that time?
You want to dance that twerk? Now go down low. Hold your waist and bump that. Now twerk.
Hey.
I don't know. It's been about the butts, like.
It looks like you've been obsessed with the behind for quite a while.
Because I had a very beautiful body before this one. Yeah.
You had a beautiful body before this one.
Before this one.
So what did you exchange the beautiful body for this one for?
Because during the COVID, I actually just slept and ate you know, I was bigger when I was growing up. Even my high school mates can you know, vouch for that. So when I came into the industry, I started gym. I trained a lot, like a whole lot, to attain the body I had. Okay. But during COVID, I could not just train. You know, it was all the gyms were off, and then there was nothing going on. So I just wanted to eat and sleep, eat and sleep. So when I got fat, I'm like, I'm considering this thing. And I have a friend, Tresha. The girl has a very nice body. So she used to send me clothes during the COVID time, and I asked her, why don't you wear your own clothes? Because you have a nice body. But right now, me, I'm big, I can't. Unless I go back to train and stuff. I was like, oh, you don't need to train, because my doctor can get the stomach off for you. Wow. I'm like, how? She said, oh, my body is, I did my tummy too. I'm like, oh, just your tummy? Say yes. So I was like, okay. So I started thinking about that, and I kept her clothes. So this year, I'm like, I'm going to do this. I told her, she gave me the number, I spoke with them,
and then that's just it.
Yeah.
So let's take it one after the other. What you're telling me is that during the lockdown, or during the COVID era, 2020, you were home, you ate, and then you grew fat.
Yeah.
And then after growing fat, the body that you exercised for went bad.
Yeah.
And you couldn't exercise to retain the body or to maintain
it. It would take me a lot, and I had to go on diets, work out morning and evening. Oh, I didn't want to do that. So I'm like, let me just go through the pain. Yeah.
And then you went all the way to Turkey because a friend told you so.
Yeah.
Now, there's been a lot of conversations around you. People say, and I've seen a lot of people, even in 2020, you went to the US in 2020 or 2021?
2021, last year.
So when you went to the US, there was a time somebody took a picture of you. You had just arrived at the airport. I think that you were I remember that you wore socks, slippers, and then just a very short, it looked like a cardigan.
Okay.
It looks like a cardigan. And the caption that time the person said was that, oh, Kisa just had a baby. And had just arrived at the airport. I'm sure, if I'm not lying, it's Owen Ghana or somebody who had posted that picture.
Really?
Or one of the blogs posted, and I saw it myself. You had just touched down Kotoka. I remember very well you were in socks, slippers. It looked like a cardigan that you were wearing.
And I landed with the baby, or I landed.
They said you just touched down and that you just had a baby.
Touched down and without the baby.
No. You don't need to put the baby in shots.
No. I didn't. I took the picture myself.
No, somebody took a picture of you.
The person didn't put the baby in the picture, so how come? You know this thing that is going around like this, I have a baby. I don't know.
But why do people, because I watched Zion's interview as well, and there was a lot of fixation about baby. And there was even a point where Zion said, you're not proud that you had a baby. And I'm like, come on, what's happening? What's the issue about the baby thing that keeps, people keep talking about?
You know, actually, I had a conversation with my sister yesterday, and I said, the next time somebody asks me this question, I'll say that is my issue. That's my business. So I don't want to put my business out there. Whether I have a child or I do not have a child, that is business, and I think it's my privacy. And I don't want to really throw any light on if I've given birth or if I have not given birth. Let's just assume what people just, let's follow them.
To say that
it's a good thing to have a baby. Oh yeah, it's a good thing.
You know, when you did the video in Turkey, there was a point where you said, this pain is nothing compared to CS.
Okay, yeah.
And I have done CS before, so I know what I'm talking about.
And I said, well, I'm kidding. I said that again at the end of the video.
So, what instigated that I have done CS before, and I know what I'm talking about, before you said I'm kidding?
It was just for the fun.
You haven't done CS before?
No. But I had friends who have done CS actually.
But why is it difficult for anyone to believe that, like you said, it's a part of you, this is your privacy?
Right.
Why is it difficult for anyone to believe that your privacy, you're trying to, even though it's your privacy, you're trying to give bits out and you're deciding which part to keep, and you're not being able to handle the entire thing properly?
That's what people think, that I'm not being able to handle it properly. It's my business. I know how I want to answer my questions. Whether it's well answered or it's not well answered, it's still my business. I see people writing comments, you're not proud of your child. You think a mother will carry a child for 9 months or 10 months and then not love the child or not be proud of the child? Come on. Even if I have a baby, I should be proud.
Why do you keep adding that? Even if I have a baby, even if I have a baby, you said it's private. But you giving.
I don't. You don't. You're my very good friend and a sister, so I didn't want to be like, I'm sorry, I can't have that kind of conversation. But
So,
that's it. Let's
if
move
you
forward.
so why do you say? I've had people in the past who say, look, my baby is not old enough to be put in front of camera or to be talked about because I don't know how they will feel when they grow up. I'm feeling like the kind of conversations around you now, if truly you have a baby and they grow up to hear it and people keep telling them in school, oh, when you remember your mother had you in the interview, she would be denying you, it would make this baby, if there truly is a baby, feel very bad and might begin to believe what people say, that you're never proud of him or her.
Okay, so if I have a child or she grows up to hear this, the point is that the baby knows how he or she is being treated at home. It's different from what is on social media. What has social media got to do with a baby at home or a husband or a wife? This is a different thing altogether. See, when I was growing up, I had a very, I had a separated home. My daddy was somewhere. My mommy told me a lot of things about this. Nothing like social media. At the end of the day, I still love my dad. Despite everything, I still love my mom. You understand? So it's not about what is on Instagram, what is on YouTube, what is on Facebook. My dear, one day when I have a baby, I'll tell the world. It's okay.
Should we assume also that you haven't gotten to the point where if there's a baby, you want the world to know? So should we take it that whatever the case is, you're not ready, if there is a baby, to let the public know?
Why would you ask such a question though?
Because there's so much, there seems to be some truth to the things that we've heard on the streets that, oh, there's a baby. So I'm saying, there seem to be. So I'm saying that, should we say that if truly the word on the streets, from the interviews you've had so far, there is a baby, and all the commentary we've seen around.
Let's assume there's no baby.
But it's not the case that you don't feel like it's right to let the world know if there was one.
See, let's go forward.
How would you feel if in future there's a need for you to, like they say, change your mouth to now say, oh, that was then, but I didn't want my baby to be public at that time. And you see people writing, oh, Kisa makes a U-turn. Kisa finally accepts, like how people say you're not proud of your baby and all of that. How will you feel when the headlines begin
to change, like Kisa now makes a U-turn? My dear, what makes me happy is what I'll do. I wouldn't put my life down for a headline. No. Let me call myself the headline. I lead the way. Nobody lead me on. Yes.
So you decide what you want to tell the world?
Yeah.
At what point you want to tell them, even if you're lying to them?
My dear, people lie on a daily, but I'm not saying this that I'm lying or I'm saying the truth. Yeah.
Let's move away from this. Okay. I'm sure it makes you more comfortable when we move away.
Not really. I'm very cool.
You're cool, eh? Okay. Now let's go back to Turkey.
Okay.
If you check my comments on your post when you posted the video, I said I was so proud that you're one of the few people, I think it's just one person my entire career who has been able to say that I've done works on my body. You seem to be the second person I've seen, but you have been extremely vocal about it and taking us through the process, like all through the process. You've been online.
My YouTube and stuff.
Yes. Were you paid to advertise the process?
No. Okay, what actually happened was when a week before I traveled, I actually heard somebody was dead.
Here in Ghana?
No.
Okay.
Oh, but there are a lot of, death issues
here in Ghana.
Yeah, surrounding body in Ghana. Ghana.
Really?
Yeah.
Or they are not famous people, so we don't get to.
But there are a lot of people that are not famous that died, and then few famous died, and we heard about them. Like Kennedy Japan's baby mama or wife. I don't know.
Was that she was going through lipo?
Yes.
I thought it was said it was malaria and all.
That killed. Okay.
But we know that it happened at Obinfo.
Yes, that's
that
what
time.
I heard. Yeah. So a week before I traveled, I heard someone died. So actually, I called the hospital. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore. And they were like, why? I said, because I heard somebody just died in Turkey, where I'm coming to. Oh, the lady was like, oh no, we've not recorded death issue before. We check our blood, we change blood, we give you blood fusion in case of any emergency. You'll be fine. So I was like, okay. Before I left home, I told my mom, bye. She didn't know what I meant by bye. I thought I was going to die. And me, in my life, what I grew up from, when you're going for something, you go for it. Whether you make it alive or you die trying. You understand? That's our mission. So in my mind, I was like, maybe I'll not come back. Maybe I'll come back.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm like that. Naturally, where I'm coming from, that is how I was brought up, So I got there,
No, but before you left, you told your mom where you're going to.
I told my mom I'm going to work on my stomach. She had CS before, so I said that, oh, it's just the CS. So you see how my stomach, it doesn't look good anymore. So let me just go and do. They say it's like CS. They'll just teach it like this. I just lied to her something, And she's not the one that talked much. So she was like, it's like CS. I said yes. She said, I said, you look at my stomach. I can't chew it now. I've gone so far. Let me just go and do it. She said, hey. She looked at me and shook her head, but she was like, if that's what will make you happy, then go and come. I said, okay. And then I left.
Did you tell her how much was involved?
No. Oh God. She would say, sit down somewhere. She would be like, and you have not finished your house, and you have not done this, and the lamp was just bought, you didn't do this one on it, and you've not done this, and she would say so many things and even take the money from me. Yeah, so she even asked how much was. I said, oh, they said 6,000 Ghana. She said 16 million. I said, yes. Okay, it's okay. Go and come. So your stomach became flat. I said, yes. Until the day I came back. She was boiling, but at the end of the day, she became okay.
So she saw you in Turkey. Did she see the videos that you had done and all of that? She's away from social media.
Yes,
nobody took the videos and showed them to her.
No, my maid wouldn't even do that. Yes, so my maid has seen everything, even on the TikTok, Adum and all those things. But I told her, let my mom not see this. So she didn't even know I've done anything to my stomach. Yeah.
Wow. And you finally go back. And when she saw you, she said what?
She wasn't able to touch me because the Nautyca here, if it's not healed, it looks very funny. Wow. She's not able to touch me. She was like, I said, oh, massage me. They said, I have to put this one or help me. She never helped because it was doing her something. So she couldn't even help. It was my maid that helped me put on my fire and stuff.
The something, what was that something that he was doing here?
When you are a phobia of something, like I'm a phobia of war gecko. So when I see geckos, I feel like, like, that kind of goosebumps and stuff. And that's how she was feeling. She couldn't even eat that day.
Wow.
And she was like, if I told her this is what I'm going to do, I wouldn't have left the house.
She was not disappointed.
She wasn't disappointed, but she felt it was too much of pain for me to deal with. Yes, because I came back after 2 weeks, but still I was in pain. I could not, get up, stand up easily like that. So she was like, why would you go through all this pain to achieve this?
Normally, and I'll go back to Turkey, but normally when these things happen, people say that the women do it because of men.
Oh no. I look at myself in the mirror. I have mirrors in my house, my hall, my bedroom, my closet and everything. I look at myself, I know what I used to look like. So you looking at yourself and feeling beautiful in your body makes sense more than a man. My dear, I don't even want a man. It's almost 2 years, I never had sex, but I'm okay. What am I going to do with a man? I'm not hungry, I can feed myself. I'm not interested really in a man that I'm doing my body because of a man. No. I won't do. This is a process that can kill you. You can't do this for a man. Really? So if I die now, I'll go and tell God I died because I was going to work on my body because of a man. He will not even, if there is hell and heaven for you, he will not even talk. He just tell you go to hell.
So if God forbid, if he had died and he had gone to God, you say, God, I did my body because I didn't like the aftermath of what you gave me.
No, it was my own fault. I won't blame God. No. It was my own fault. But you know, I spoke to a friend of mine in the same industry had done her body. She knows I train a lot. I went to her one and she was like, oh, Kisa, if you do your body and you train, it's the same thing. So if you don't want to train, you do your body. If you don't want to do your body, you train.
So it means that a lot of people in this industry have done their body.
My dear, it is not my mouth you hear this one. We see everything on social media.
Because people give us the impression that once you see, amazingly, we see them say, oh, they are exercising,
And
giddy.
And diets and...
Or they say, oh, we are taking this slim tea.
Oh, no, I know someone who is very close to me who has actually lost weight because of dieting.
They've got bum because of dieting. Because
they were big. So they try to, lose a midsection. So immediately you lose a midsection, everything comes. It's just like wearing a waist trainer. Yes. But it's not all of them. It's just one person I know who lost weight and looked very careful.
Oh, the other ones that we are seeing.
Who lied about it and then they passed the Bulunga and went to do the same thing and lying. Kisa is the one who said it, but you're not hearing it from my mouth like the first time. People have done their bodies and they lie about it and they come and advertise so many things. People have contacted me to advertise things, but I've shown the world that I've worked on my body. But all these things, yes, if really it works, I'll first of all try it.
But if it works, you would have taken it and you wouldn't have gone to do your body.
Me, I want fast. I don't want to be like, oh, 1 month later, now I have inside a car, 2 months later, I have say, okay, no. I want the thing to be, done and dusted. Cool, I'm good.
How do you feel now?
Good. I'm not healed yet, but I'm okay. I turned 6 weeks yesterday.
How long is it going to take?
Maximum for tummy tuck, you need 12 weeks to be more better. Because the stomach, I still have to compress the midsection because I have swelling.
So you compress it with what? You tie it?
No, you wear a faja.
What's that?
It's something you wear after surgery. Because even if you don't put it on, the pain is still there. You'll be feeling it. So you need to put on your faja all the time. So my doctor said after a month I should do 12 hours. But the more you wear the faja, the more the waist
becomes thinner.
Yeah.
And that's what you want.
Me, I want to compress. That's why I went. I didn't really go there for butts because I already have that. So he just put just 5% of fat. I have deep hip. So he just filled that up. That's nothing really much in the butt. But
a lot of things were taken out.
Oh yes, cut off, suction and then cut off.
So what does it feel like? Take me through the process. So what happened? How does it feel like?
All right. So you mean what happened is that when I go to take it, I was still scared. I went to the hospital. The room, top notch and everything. The next the doctor came, and I was still scared, but the way the doctor came in, he was so good, handsome, tall, and the way he talks to you, I'll do this to your body, and I'll do this one, I'll feel here a bit, and then the stomach, I'll do this. So, and the way, the charisma, he has a kind of, ex-president, J.J. Wallace kind of charisma. When you see him, you feel more okay, that kind of thing, like, this person is right. So, after speaking with Dr. Said Kanbata, I felt like I really do need this. And then later on, during the conversation, he was asking me what he would do, this and that. He was taking pictures and videos, I started panicking, but he saw that and was like, you give us a number in case of an emergency, we'll talk to them.
At that point,
I was like, these people, come out and talking, am I going to die? I asked the consultant, am I going to die? She said, no, but sometimes you can be in a coma for like 2 hours or something.
Hey.
And probably you told your family you will get back to them in an hour. And if you don't get back, they'll be worried. So at least we can tell them, oh, she hasn't woken up yet or something. So I gave her a number, but I forwarded their number to other 2 people of my family, my sister and my brother.
Who you are told that you are going to take
it to? They know very well that I'm going to do tummy tuck. Yes. So after that, the doctor was like, you know what? I want to give you something to be calm, okay? And I said, okay. And I saw 2 beautiful angels. These Arab girls, beautiful. They came like, oh, I give you this, you relax later, we give you anesthesia, okay? I said, okay. The next minute, I was just like, okay, then let's start going. Immediately, I saw that the door was opening. I was off. The next minute, I was up, and then I was bundled up in a lot of things. So when I woke up, because of the anesthesia, I was still not feeling pain. It was okay, like small, something I can handle. So I was like, thank God I'm alive. That was the first thing, because I thought I was going to die. I was thanking God. God, thank you so much that I'm alive. Thank you so much. And then the doctor came in. Serkan was like, you look good. I worked really good on your body. Your stomach could be very small, okay? That's when I started doing videos that I posted on my YouTube. Are you sure my tummy? Did you give me big butt? Because I was kidding. I just wanted to create fun. But I was in pain. It was not easy to do anything. I could remember after like 3 hours I woke up, they came to me and said, let's take a walk.
Wow.
I was like, please go out, please. How can I walk? I can't even do this. I was like this. I can't. And I had that time I had catheter inside my urinary, area. I have to hold it, but then later I had to get down, try and walk, because the more you walk, the more you be healed. Yeah. So I had to walk. My dear, it's not something I would advise someone to go and do, but it's just like money. Okay, I'm working for money. Like, you have a beautiful phone, and I'll be asking Miss G, I like this phone. Be like, okay, so what I did before I got this phone, yeah, you can't. But I want the phone, so you still go and work, do whatever you did to get your phone. So I can't really advise somebody, but what I can advise a person is that go to the doctor. That won't kill, because this thing, liposuction and then BBL, they put small fats. It's not. I don't feel nothing there, but if you are going to do tummy tuck, go to the right doctor. Else, the last thing is death, because you can die. I've been in a hotel that, after some time in the hospital, I was taken to a 5-star hotel. And then in the hotel, there are other patients that I had to help out of bed. Because they saw I was posting and stuff, and then they wrote me on Instagram. Because of how they sounded, I had to go and help them. I'm that strong mentally, so nothing really breaks me. I was in pain, but I was helping others. I was supposed to stay for like 6 days, but I decided to stay extra because I wanted to feel myself well before I go. Because Ghana, I'll come home now and probably something will happen to me. You go to the nurse hospital, they'll just allow you to die because they don't know really much. They don't really know much about what you've done. And they'll be scared to touch you, It may happen like that. So I'm like, let me stay here. If I'll die in the name of this doctor. And that was the reason why I even posted, because the fear. I wanted to put the doctor on his toes. I didn't even know it would go that far. But then, after I did the video was when he saw that I was scared. And then they started speaking Turkish. So I was like, these people. Okay, let me show them that in case something happens to me, we'll all be in trouble. I'll be dead and be in hell. I'll be in my own trouble then, but they also be in hell and on earth. So when I saw that they were speaking Turkish, I'm like, I'm making this thing public. So I'm like, doctor, you okay? I post on Instagram. Is that Instagram? I said yes. Oh, go post. I said okay. I posted it, and with that, the care was intense. Yes, that's why they take care of everybody else. But I felt
because he had seen that you have put him out there.
Out there, he was more on his toes, and a lot of care was taken. They took care of me very well. I was supposed to stay for some days, but because of what I even did, they were like, oh, we want her to be very okay before she leaves. We don't want anybody to touch her body. Probably she'll go to Ghana, she'll have to get a massage from a lymphatic massage. No, we'll do our 10 sections of massage. So the money I paid for was for like, I was supposed to stay for 6-7 days. But they gave me extra days. And they didn't take money from me anymore.
Could it be that at some point people also reached out to them that they
do you know how many people want to do this thing?
Here,
Thousands, in fact, the whole world. Thousands of people. And the same thing in my DM as well. They keep asking me questions. Like if I show you my DM now, because I've deleted my old videos tagging the hospital, people are writing me, oh, please, I want to do this. Please give me the doctor's number. And I give them. because I don't want them to go elsewhere and die. This doctor has kept me alive and my friend Treasure alive. So why not, tell the world he's good and you will not die in Serkambate's hand. That's the thing.
And you did all this for how much?
Oh, I paid 8,000 euros. And when I was going, I used a business class. So let's say like a $13,000.
$13,000.
Miss G, it's not easy.
People will ask questions. I've seen people ask that, hey, where did she get that kind of money to go and do that? Oh, people say she's an actress. So maybe let me ask on their behalf that $13,000 you got it from acting, or
No.
there's something else you do. You don't
You know, I've not been acting for a while now because of COVID and everything. And people actually, I see comments. People go like, "I've not seen any movie of her." I've done a lot of movies even in Nigeria than in Ghana. And mostly I played roles that I love to play, maid kind of roles. Roles that I don't have to look like this. No, because I feel there's a lot of stress to be changing. But with maid or in the jungle and all those, you don't get to change a lot. I've done a lot of movies. People, see, I've seen people that watch movies post it on their status and they don't know it's me. Yes, people, they use my movies for TikTok and stuff. But I don't have time to come be explaining this is what I've done or this. I even produce movies, so I don't know what people are saying.
How many have you produced?
I produced 2 movies.
2 movies.
Yeah, big movie. The first one, Accra Rant, I used the Dinate, Rosalind Giza, Pascal directed, Bismarck the Joke. Second, I used myself, Majid Michelle, Pascal Amanfo, Bismarck the Joke. I don't know what people say that, and I don't know, and I've even sued someone for showing my movie and all that. So I don't know what people say that, and she hasn't acted before, so I didn't get the money from movie. It's all from my soccer team. I have a soccer team, Kisa FC. It's a juvenile team. I bring up players and I sign them. So if I haven't done anything international, but Ghana, my player was in Kotoko before he had an injury.
Oh wow.
Yes, Richard Senano. But yesterday he signed for Bekwai.
And some money will come to you again.
I got that money before. I even went to,
It's part of the money you use for.
Of course, sister. I get money. And I have very good, friends. Treasure is a very good friend as well. And some very good male friends that supports me a lot.
So it's like, unlike people were saying, is that maybe like some sugar daddy gave you money.
Me, I haven't even dated a sugar. I've not even dated someone older than 35 before. I'm serious. I know this is public. If anyone has dated me above 35, come out. I have never tried it. Maybe I'm yet to. I'll be 30 on 16th January.
Oh, your birthday is this month.
I'm old enough to date whoever I want.
So that's 30 is huge. Like you're doing a party after a successful surgery.
I've never done a party, and I wouldn't do a party. Why? Because that money I'll use for a party, I can use to put a smile on people's face, like people that want it, people that need it. All my birthdays, I've done donations. From 2013, I've always done donations on my birthdays. Yeah, I think that's better than doing a party. Yes, it's good to do a party if that makes you happy. But for me, I will not do a party on a day that God has created me. I'd rather try and put smiles on people's faces.
No, so you just said that you haven't dated anybody above 35.
Yeah.
I just saw a story on Ghana web that says that now you say you're willing to date the Papan,
So, the question that led to that was that, am I dating? And I said no. I told Zion I'm not dating. I'm single. I haven't had sex almost 2 years. And he said, am I ready? I said, of course, I'm ready to date anyone that can say, Papa, no. And I said, I don't mind. This was a conversation. That's why I said I'm 30. I'm old enough to date whoever.
I'm just wondering what changed. Like you have said, over the period, you have not dated. Because I've seen stories like you started having sex from 12. Like you said, they're all on the internet.
Did you didn't really watch that interview?
I saw it on the internet. I saw somebody say that it says I started having sex at age 12, and this is a story from GhanaGuardian.com.
And this was also an interview with Zion Fellis. What I actually said, I actually explained that on my YouTube. What I said, where I grew up in a very humble home, where to even eat was a problem. We had to walk miles to go and get food from my mom's junior sister, my auntie. Sometimes we have to go to the bola.
With your aunt?
No, my mom.
Okay.
Yeah, there was nothing. So sometimes we have to go to the bola and pick charcoal, or we have to go to the beach. My mom we have to sit at the beach and then pray that those small octopus like finger comes out. So we go and beg for onion, slice on that octopus or a single fish, and we cook our akpele. We have to go miles to go and get our corn flour to make that food. So, because of the situation, we have to beg, suffer. I started going out with, these rich kids that we are all young. It's just like, oh, this is my boyfriend, and that's my boyfriend, that's my girlfriend. It was not about sex. But people took it out of context.
So it's about ma mini papa.
Yeah, that kind of, kids play, and then the boy would go home and bring their parents' stuff to me, and bring us food and all those things. It wasn't about sex, no.
So you didn't have sex at 12?
No, I started having sex at 15.
At 15, just 3 years more. You decided to change from 12 to 15.
Oh yes, yes. Now now I'm slimmer. First, when I was growing up, I used to be extremely beautiful, and I had.
No, you think you're not beautiful now?
Now I'm not even fine again.
Hey.
Now I have a lot of things on my head.
Hey.
When I was younger, problem free. You don't have a problem like that. So then I was really beautiful, and then because of my body, I didn't even know my age. I got to know my age the day I took my certificate, my JHS certificate. That's when I got to know my age.
Wow.
I even thought I was older because I had body.
But you never celebrated birthdays when you were growing up.
Where's the money that you celebrate?
At least when is your birthday? Not celebrate, but they tell you that today is.
No, the only thing I knew was the day I was born. I didn't know the date or something. What? My dear, the problem is, what will you eat today? You're thinking about birthday. And even my mom doesn't even know my birthday.
So how did you come about?
Dad, today is my birthday. She'll be like, oh, what is birthday? I said, oh, the day you gave birth to me. Okay. So
but she knew the date.
Yes. No, she doesn't even know the date.
So who gave you the date?
It was one day. We were packing from our old house. Later on she became okay. She built at the beach.
Okay.
She was moving from there to another place. So she wanted to give me the land document, like give my big brother the land document. That was when all of us, our parents, they'll keep it in some area because plenty rubber. That was when all of us now saw our birth set. And then I completed GSS and I saw it again.
Okay.
But before, I went to school, she had submitted it with my...
To the school?
Yes, the birth set before she took it back and stuff. But, me, I don't have time. Why will I be going and be asking them, please, what is my birth date or something?
I see. Where did you grow up?
Aplao border. Yes, Aplao low cost here, the beach. I'm a beach girl.
So when did you people relocate to Accra?
No, I relocated at 2012. That was when, when I was in high school.
Which school was that?
Chito Secondary Technical.
Okay.
Yes, so at Chito, yes. So, because of my acting, I won this inter-school awards and stuff. So I was given a scholarship to go to Gollywood for free.
Okay.
So from Gollywood, when I completed I won the Best Supporting Actress. So the owner of Gollywood was now like, you can't take this talent to the village. What are you going to do? And then I had wanted to go back and do buy clothes from Togo to Accra. Yes, that's what I wanted to do. But the man was like, you're so talented. You want to act? I said yes. Hello, Abdussalam Mumuni. I have this girl. She's very good. She just won Best Supporting Actress. So I wanted to work with you. And Salam was like, oh, okay. Give her my number. That was how come I relocated to Accra. And Salam was like, oh, be my PA. Be a secretary to Venus. That was all.
So you're working with Venus as secretary, and you're
PA.
acting as well.
Yes.
You're a PA to Salam as well.
Yes, that was how it started.
And how many movies did you do with Venus movies?
Oh, I can say I've done like 8 to 9 movies with Venus.
You didn't take anything extra, because we hear stories about people wanting to sleep with people before they give them roles.
You see how I came. Imagine I'm coming from Akufu, Mr. Akufu. Then I'll come to Venus, then Salam will say, I like you. No, Salam knew I'm coming from, somebody who is also bigger. So, and I don't blame people that even sleep with the girls. Because when I was working there, girls call or come and be like, take this. Who do I have to sleep with to get a role here? So imagine, and when they even call for auditions, the way they carry themselves, they take numbers and start testing nonsense. What do you want? You bring yourself, and then they'll deal with you. Men, they are men. Some men, they are men. Yes, they will never change. So, me, I came from a very good route, so I never had anything like I want to have sex with you before I give you a role. No. And just after Venus, I started producing. If you want to ask for sex, I'll produce my own film. Yeah.
Back to the business of showbiz.
Okay.
You did how many seasons? Just one, and then you left.
Oh, the business of entertainment.
The business of entertainment,
I did
right?
one which was aired on GH1, and then on my YouTube as well. We shot season 2 last year during COVID. Before I traveled, we couldn't air, but we are starting on 1st of February. But on my YouTube, Kisa Gbekle.
So you do now on YouTube. You won't take it anywhere.
Yeah, no.
It was around that time that you had the chance to interview Shatawale.
Yes.
Was it that you guys were going out before? Because one of the headlines I saw is that
I want to have one nice time with Shatta.
and then they said there was one. They said Shatta's girlfriend, Kisa, shows up at Fela's something opening or something like that. There's a headline on
YouTube.
On the internet like that. Did you have any relationship with?
No, I never had. But Shatta we're all posting. We're just very good friends. And Shatta, he likes to post people. He likes to help. That's the word. Like, oh, Kisa, let me post. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. Sometimes you take a picture. Oh, this picture is nice. Send it. Then you send it. Be like, oh, he posted. And everybody was thinking that we were dating. And because of he was having issue with his woman, and I came to the picture. There was so many things that came up. I don't want to be a pain to anybody. No.
So you never dated?
No.
You didn't replace Michi?
No, never. I can never replace anybody on this planet, and nobody can replace me either. Everybody is a full package. I'm a full package.
No, not replace. As in, you didn't become the next girlfriend after.
No.
You never had anything to do with him.
No. We're just very good friends.
Very good friends.
Yes.
But how did you feel when that story about one night stand went viral? It was almost like
still Zion that asked me, would you want to have a one night stand with Shatawale? And I said, yeah, I don't mind. People don't really know me. People don't really know who I am yet. But I am that kind of person. When you give me one, I give you two. Whatever you want to hear, I'll let you hear.
Is it like you do it purposely to maybe like to get the attention of the media?
Not really. But even in my conversations, even at home, if you ask me anything, I just answer you like how you want it. Yes.
It's not to chase clout.
Why will I chase clout? No, I wouldn't do that. I want to be relevant. I want to be there and there, not to chase unnecessary clout. No, I wouldn't do that.
So now that we are done with this body, we spent, you said $12,000 US to get it, and we are now done. What's the next thing for us?
Okay, the next thing now is starting my show on 1st of February. After that, my football team, I just signed my team, another player. I'll focus more on my team because COVID is off now. I pray is it Omicron? Omicron doesn't come in and shut us down again. I'll grow more boys and then sell them to teams, fly out of the country, speak to agents, introduce them to my players, sell them to,
How do you get these boys?
Okay, so, in the villages, you hear somebody say, oh, this boy is very good. I go to places they are playing balls, those small poles, and I just look out for them. I'm like, oh, I tell my brother, this guy is good. Let's try him. Then we bring them, we start grooming them. We play against the teams. Then we select and then we register them. And my team is registered under GFA. I'm not here to play.
I see.
So I'll continue with my football and then my TV show, and then probably come back to music. And definitely, I'm going to produce a movie too, hopefully in March. And I'll be doing auditions as well. So that's a whole lot of things lined up for 2022. I just pray for life. Good health. That's all.
The way you're praying for life, and I've seen a lot of your posts also insinuating like, oh, pray for life. I like, oh, thank God I'm alive. Blah 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 blah. It's almost like you have premonitions, like something would happen. Especially after this surgery thing.
No, I'm even fine now. One thing is that I am so skeptical about life. we waking up every single day, it is not because we are beautiful or because we are light skinned or because we are dark skinned. It is a special grace of God to be up every day. So we have to pray for it every single day. That's me. Before I pray to God, I say thank you for life. Before I say anything else.
I realize you've deleted all your pictures on Instagram. You have just 3.
Oh, that's because of shaggy reasons.
Why? What's the shaggy reasons? What's happening?
Because I see people going back to my pictures and taking and agreeing together. My body was already good. Now and before, there's just a slight difference that my waist is now tinier than before. So I just want everything to be new. I don't want anything old on my page again. The only things I was keeping there were my trips. If it's about the trips, I take trips already, and I'll do more this year. So there's no point keeping them on. It's 30. I'm 30 now.
In few days.
Yes. So let me just give them the 30 vibe.
You're giving them the 30 vibe.
Excuse me. Yeah.
And apart from the fact that you'll be giving us 30 vibes, there, even though you've deleted pictures of yourself, you still have people, like you're saying, greeting them and talking about
it. But I don't look different from now. I don't really look that much because people say, "Oh, she already had a nice body." If you read all comments,
even me, I said the first time I think we had an interview at Okadeko some time ago. So you came with a very beautiful body. So like, you know,
COVID
is it COVID? This is your eating and growing fast story, dear. We'll believe it like that.
How we go do?
We'll just believe it like that.
Is that true?
No, nobody has said it's a lie. It's your story, and it's what you want to.
It's my story. It's what I want to put out there.
Yeah, it's what you want to project. So we would.
It was COVID.
But don't you get worried that people would now begin to Sagil now anybody know? Oh, Kisa, who is Kisa? Oh, the actress who's done her body. Aren't you afraid that people begin to look at you and refer to you
as a lady who has done
girl now anybody? Oh, that girl has done her body. Oh, the girl has a fake body. Some people even go to the extent of saying,
why would it,
it's a fake body.
I made a funny video on my Insta. Why would they even say it's a fake body? There is no silicone in my body. Somebody said rubber and kwan. So our fat in our body is rubber. They are telling God that the fat we have in our body, He has putting rubber in us. That's so disrespectful to God. What they took inside me was my own tummy fat. There was no plastic anywhere. There was no rubber. Yes, they call it plastic surgery. It's not fake. There is nothing fake. There's no, any substance or object taken from anywhere to put in my body. If the fat that was put inside my deep hip here, it was from my stomach and my back. No foreign object in my body. So me, I won't call it fake. It's just body contouring. My whole body was contoured. Yeah, and I don't really care if they say Kisa has done her body or the girl who has done it or the actress who has done her body. I don't think there's something wrong about telling people I've done my body and then you should do it at the right place and even showing people what it entails. You can die out of this. That's why I made a video. I did a whole documentary so they can see the pros and cons of everything. So it's to teach people, but not to to tell people because I have money I've done it. No.
Also, this thing about Ghanaians, especially if you're looking forward to getting married, and then you find a young man. Oh, he takes you home, and his parents are like, "Yeah, well, she's done her body. We don't want somebody with fake body coming to our house." You're not afraid.
My incoming in-laws. There is nothing fake about this body, first of all. And a man that wants to marry you actually knows what he's coming for and will be able to talk to his family about the woman he's carrying. It's not about what I have done to my body. I want to look good for my husband, for my future husband.
But you say you didn't do it for a man, so...
What I'm trying to say is that this thing I've done, I'll look good for the man. What if I go in, I won't he be happy that my wife has a banging body? He will be happy, I'm not saying boyfriend no, or papa no, for a husband. When I marry someday, which I don't have in mind of getting married.
Hey, you don't want to get married?
No, I don't want to get married. It's not something I want to get married, no.
Why?
I'm not that kind of person because of where I'm coming from.
Why? Where are you coming from?
You are married. I respect all marriages in the world, but I think putting a ring on is just still boyfriend and girlfriend because when you even marry, what is the difference between marriage and dating? It's just about signing or saying that holy matrimonial, hallelujah, she's blessed. Me, I don't want marriage. Boyfriend and girlfriend are like. I don't put that together. My mom and my daddy married for so many years, but they broke up. I know a lot of people, influential, people that are well-to-do, people that have preached about marriage, but they are off. What happened later? The same. It's just the same thing. You can still be dating and then be okay. I don't mind. It's not something I can marry, but it is not. It's not a goal. That's the word. It's not a goal. We can be baby daddy, baby mama. We can be together, live together under the same roof. But I won't put the pressure that you must marry me, chinchina and join. And see, my mother and my father, they've been married for years, but they have 5 kids. They still broke up. And people that have done the same thing, they broke up. So what is the marriage? What is the importance?
Is it the fright or the fear that you have that it happened to my mom? It can happen to me.
It's not just about my mom. It happened to a lot of people. Yes, it's not just about my mom. But it happened to a lot of people.
Yeah, it can even happen to me.
In Jesus' name, it will not happen to you.
So that one is not strange.
Yeah, so I don't mind to be with a man. We can live in the same home. Yeah, if we decide to marry, that's okay. But it is not a goal. I want to live with a man, have a baby with a man, have a family with a man.
But don't you also?
I know some ladies that go like, he must marry me. My dear, he can marry today and still leave you tomorrow.
But if he doesn't, but people think it's a form of security, like.
One thing is that they'll marry you and they will still marry some. They can still marry somebody if they will not even marry. Probably they've done wedding or something. If they cannot even go and sign or marry traditionally with somebody, they can still go and have babies outside. They can still go and date girlfriends, do whatever they want to do with them outside.
So, do you prefer a man that you have staying at home with? He's not married to you, but he's still seeing other women.
Even if they are married to you, they'll still see other women.
So you don't mind if he's seeing somebody else apart from you?
I mind. I wouldn't want my husband to be cheating.
But you said you're not married, so how do you call him husband?
Oh, see, let me tell you. Have you heard JJ once said that? So far as a girl is sleeping in your room 24/7, you automatically are married.
So
it's just the ring. That's the difference.
So you don't want the ring?
If it comes, fine. But if it doesn't come, I'm okay. It is not like I must marry. Me, I don't even want to have a child. That was the idea. But my mom would be like, "You're my only girl. You must have baby. If you don't give birth and you fall sick tomorrow, who will fight better for you? Who will you call? You have to give birth. That's why I'll say I'll consider giving birth. But a marriage is not chin and joy. When it comes, I'm good. But if it doesn't come, I'm good. I don't mind to live with a man for years and not get married to me. I'm good. So first, we are happy together. We must not tell the world. And he's my husband. Husband that will go and still be doing things.
I see pictures of you on social media.
Same.
They look totally different from pictures I've seen recently of you. Like, look at this picture.
Okay. What happened?
Is that you?
That's me. I'm a pretty girl.
But you don't look. I think you even look prettier in person than this picture. Like,
I know.
you don't look this person.
I know.
Is this the first time you're working on your body?
Oh yes, I've never. Oh, me. I used to speak against this people that have done their body. I've never done my body before. You can ask people, even my past classmates and stuff from SS to Gallywood, from Gallywood even to Dansoman, where I lived first. Liberty Professional G. Me, I lift all the metals and I train with all the Liberty players. They saw everything from the beginning. My dear, when did I start getting the money that I will go and do my body? When did the money start coming? I know. And I never dated sugar daddy. Even if I was dating boys that were rich, I already had the body. They come. Most people.
You're dating footballers as well.
I never dated a footballer.
I only asked because of your interest in players.
No. I want to make footballers.
Is that you as well?
Yes, this is very long. How old?
So this is a picture in 2016 and it looks nothing like you. So what changed? Your face has changed. Everything has changed.
I'm growing.
Oh, you're making money now?
Yes, I'm growing. I'm dealing with the right makeup artists. I'm dealing with the right photographers.
Yeah, because...
But naturally, I'm beautiful. It's not photographers that make me beautiful. As you can see.
The way you keep saying naturally you're beautiful is like you're so sure of your beauty.
Hey, Miss G, me where fell. She it's not about body and but me and me who you fell.
Kisa Gbekle be okay.
Who that shame?
Yeah.
Hey, me who you fell, Papa?
Yeah.
I flower toffee. I eat toffee. Me, I'm so pretty. They say salt. What's the name of salt in Chi?
In Chini.
In Chini and Kanfu ne ho. Me Kanfu me ho Papa. Cause who Kanfu? Why never Kanfu? My sister, I'm pretty. Damn. Girl, so pretty.
Kisa.
Yes, dear.
It's been a nice time chatting you.
Oh, thank you.
And me, I'm so excited that you're able to tell the world, that phase of your life, and not worried about the bashing that you get.
My mom has bashed me ever since I was a kid, for years. So somebody I don't know somebody I don't know's bashing will not affect me. Me, sometimes I feel good when they are bashing.
I see.
Yeah.
You feel good when people bash you?
Because I don't know them. I know what I'm doing. It is my life. It is my story. So what is your problem? You watch, because you're on social media, you will definitely chance on my stuff. You either say something good or you go, but if you want to bash, it's none of my business. I don't know you. I don't even know what you look like. You are watching me. You understand? So say something good. It's not bad to be happy for somebody. I saw comments under Zion's post and and you're not proud of you. Sometimes say I'm Jimakbala, like.
Oh no.
Oh, so many people say so many horrible things online. And someone even said she's so ashamed. I beg Gbekle. Me Gbekle, yeah, someone that I beg Gbekle, the same surname with her. I'm like, okay. I just, some of the comments got me. I go like, I really okay, cool. Gloria, get me some water, get me some food. Forget this, but they are not serious. That's what I say. Because you don't know why somebody's doing something. This thing like you yourself you want to do, your girlfriends want to do, your sisters, aunties and stuff are in my DM begging for numbers. You are insulting because you don't know what your family members are up to. My dear, so far as you are happy within yourself, nobody really matters. That's what I believe in. That's what I grew up with. So far as I am happy, I am okay. And whatever I've done, I am not advising people to go and do it. It's not everybody that can even afford it. You understand? I'm just saying this is what it entails. If you watch my videos, before you even insult me, watch my videos and see what the message I am talking about. It's not just about it looks beautiful. Can you go through the pain? You can't. Don't insult me. I am not even your friend. Yes.
I saw a comment when you were in the US. They said that somebody there, you have a partner there.
No, I stayed with my brother. I even post him all the time. We look so much alike, Newman Fresh. Oh no. Maybe I'm not looking for a burger, a rich burger, of course.
You're not looking for one?
A burger.
You went to stay in the US for how long? You didn't find rich burger there. You have come back to Ghana. You're looking for a rich burger here.
Then I was, I just went to the state to relax my mind and plan 2022, as I said. So I wasn't really. I'm a very bubbly person when I travel, but I wasn't bubbly at that time because I was always reflecting, thinking what's going to happen. Because I really have a big dream that it needs a lot of time, yes, and I had that time to plan everything that is going on now, or everything that will happen. I've planned it for a very long time, so nobody's hate comment would do anything to me because I am ready for it. Yeah.
All the best to you.
Thank you.
And I also saw in that interview, this is the last thing I'll ask you because I didn't want to ask, but I'll ask you about the interview Zion did. There was a lot of reference to Nautyca, and I'm wondering.
My dear, I don't really want to talk about this. Nautyca was somebody who we just did a music promotion for like a week or two. I never even had the person before. I never even had him. It was all if he has to pay me through mobile money. Not even hi. We met at the show. Hi, how you doing? You're good. Nothing. Please stop thinking. Who is Nautyca? Please. I'm sorry, but people should stop this kind of Nautyca connecting. I don't think you should always reflect in my interviews. It's not necessary for him to be coming in my interviews. Like, we're talking about things that are very, very, very.
But you did a song together, so.
We didn't do a song together. I was just promoting his song.
Okay.
Yes. You know, I'm an influencer, so he pays and I promote his music. Nothing else, please. This how many times have I been to? Like once at VGMA.
That's the only time you saw Nautyca.
Of course, yes. But the people are saying I think it's really funny, and I didn't really want to. Please, next interview, if you're watching this, please don't ask me about him. I beg you. It's not necessary. It was just music.
Why you're saying it like you guys are loggerheads? Don't ask me about somebody that I've done business with before.
But I've done business with a lot of people. But why would they be asking about just this?
But he didn't react. He didn't react this way when I asked you about Shatawale. He didn't. The reaction was different.
No, but because of how people said I've dated Shatta, but a lot of people know Shatta and I, we are just friends. But the way people are now painting this Nautyca one like we've had something to do or something. I met this person once, we never had. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
We are grateful that you granted us this interview.
Oh, I'm so happy.
We'll be looking forward to it. Even before you got down to Ghana, we'll be talking about this interview.
I know.
So finally, it happened, and we wish you all the best.
I wish you all the best too.
And we can see the snatched waist finally when it becomes very thin.
In 6 weeks time, I think even like in 3 weeks from now, I'm going to do.
So can you have children? Can you have? Because people say when you after this you can't have children again. And
you can have children.
So if you have children, is there a tendency that the stomach will become big again?
What I have done is stomach tag. No, the stomach will not be that big again for me to go and do. No.
So the pregnancy will show though. It will show,
Of course, yes,
and then after the baby is out, you won't have sagging tummy again.
because the excess skin has been taken off. You just have to work it out. That's all.
Oh, I see. So it's permanent.
Yeah, permanent for life. For life is for life.
Hey, SM
Yes.
SM movement people. Thank you, Kisa.
Thank you, Missy, for
so you are
having me.
talking about bikini. You're going to have a bikini what party?
Shoot. Okay.
I think it promised us on social media that no more nudity.
Sometimes you can be in the Holy Spirit, and then the Holy Spirit directs your path.
Hey.
But right now, I just want to be happy. I just want to do things that I've not done before. Things I've said.
But I'm sure there's a lot of sexy, semi-nude pictures. So
on internet already. It's nothing new. Yeah.
But you want to do it with this new body.
Yeah, of course, yes. Yes, of course.
So this place we are is JBS Salon, eh? JSB
Salon.
Do you own it?
That's what people are saying, that I own it, but I don't own it. It's owned by my sister Amina.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
JSB, they'll do your hair nicely, give you a nice face, they just like what you are saying. In fact, it's a serious glam team I'm working with.
Yeah,
So if
yeah.
you want to get your hair and your makeup done, please come to JSB Salon. Please check my Instagram. I've tagged them in so many posts. Click, call, and get your hair and makeup done.
Hey, so you are starting your show and all that too.
Oh, yes, so I think because I host the shows, I'm always in that kind of space.
Because you've got into character already.
You can imagine.
Okay, so for the last time, we want to have people see this body well. I'm sure the cameras are ready. Let's see you get up and let's now have a very good look at the body finally before we say au revoir to you.
All right, that's
so if the camera guys are ready, she's ready to stand.
Oh, yeah.
And we get to see
the
body, the banging body,
right.
The one we are going to use for the Papano chase. So the Papano, after seeing this, but the Papano will come.
The Papano, even if he wants to come, he needs to be extremely heavy.
Heavy how?
I have a football team. I'm coming to produce movie. My TV show is running now, and I'm not doing just Ghana. I'm doing Africa.
So
Nigeria,
as in he has to have a lot of money.
Of course.
Hey. But you survived all those years without Papano, so why are you now looking for Papa's money?
Right now, I have a lot I want to do. So anybody come
and you've gone to use the money to do your body.
Plenty money to do body. Now I'm broke. All because of the body.
Hey.
But I'm eating though. I'm not hungry.
Amen. Okay, so we are ready.
Alright.
Okay, let's see this body. Oh, this is the new.
Let me arrange my.
Hey, arrangement has come inside. Hey, the new Kisa body.